offense that Washington was planning on. Not going to do that.
Here we go. Mystics and tempo right into the hands of Laura Yuskaita.
This is going to be at the top of mind, especially for Toronto, especially when Sony Citron moves to the PG2 when Georgia Amore goes out.
Normal starting five for the Mystics. Georgia Amore cans
28% on the season, striking from three. Out of the gates, good notion for Washington. Great decision making.
Kiki Wright really emphasize pushing pace, but they want to stay clean. As Sony Citron down low to Austin. Lost the handle.
Well, Georgia Amore, she has been tremendous in terms of her playmaking ability, but this time she's to start things off for Washington. The big guard, Shakira Austin, with a spray out after getting a piece of the paint and drawing her defender to the lane line.
This year, they've been hampered by injuries. They do get Julie Allemand, their starting point guard, back. She's missed the last two with the left calf.
And she was questioned, so they have some depth.
3 to shoot. Yuskaita through two defenders. Tough lay-in.
To the basket like that. Under duress with two defenders in her space.
Meeting crew tonight, Isaac Barnett's our crew chief, Jason Alabanza, and Ken Jones as they go inside the area fin, high-low to perfection.
Third of the floor, and the smash action is what she calls it. But definitely the high-low look. From upstairs to downstairs, usually an easy deuce.
To strip by Citron. To area fit on the block. Great body control by Kiki.
Being impeccable by Kitron on that play.
Yuskaita off tomorrow. Out to Citron.
Solid wall-up defense on the inside by Iriafin. Doing it on both sides.
Sony track.
Well, Washington getting out to a blistering start here in the district. Look at this high-low look. Onowede right again, and connectivity in the open floor. Kitron coming alive.
Another hot start for Iriafin. Yeah, double digits. Citron travel.
That was a tough one. You saw again, and to our point in the open, right? It's not just the interior players who crave a piece of the paint. All five players want to shrink the defense, dimes off, or attack the cup and finish.
Rice into the paint. Nowhere to go. Good defense. Morrow with.
That's the size advantage that Washington brings, especially on the defensive end.
Oh, blocking foul. Austin getting into the.
And Shakira right here, a workhorse. And spinning and almost winning on that one, but drawing back. There are not a lot of players in the league that can do what I can do. And she's not saying that in a pompous way. She's saying that in a confident way because she's put the work in. So who haven't won before? So it sounds like you're bragging when you're talking about it, but it's not a brag because
to the left, Citron foul. First foul on Sony.
Rice healthy. The last time these two teams competed here in DC, she was out with an ankle injury and missed a portion of the beginning of the season, but she went to Sydney. A teammate at UCLA with Lauren Betts.
Rice had a tough time out in her first meeting against Washington. Didn't score in that game. Orlis gets the free throw there. Since coming back from her ankle injury, has been averaging just under 9.5 points. It's been so big for Toronto to get her back. Every game has keys. Christy, what are yours against Toronto tonight?
Well, second chance points, Washington does themselves. And they have to be able to attack the paint as well. Oh, snap.
Underneath the basket.
So I held off on the second key there because of the collision that occurred. Two defenders and trying to split the wickets, but on that backside, Izzy Harrison got a piece of Shakira Austin there. Was to definitely stay defensive minded and be disciplined on that end. And they have to stay consistent. Since July 2nd, they have been first in defensive rating, but also taking the
best defensive team by field goal percentage in the league. Pump fake, that's a good drive by Harris. Tons of contact, Harrison helping Austin to her feet. It was last touch by Morrow.
Good spig each other up there, but you know, Washington has been tremendous, only giving up 42%. Their field goal percentage defense, right in that just as much as they have pounding the ball in the paint and finishing in there as well.
Iriafin. Alaman fires up the three, laced it.
The top of that screen and got hung up with how quickly let that three ball go. But right there, that gap has to be closed more quickly. If Sony can't
Movement Onyenwere gave up the three. Citron back up top. Amor triple try. She got it.
beat his own. Rapid reversal of the basketball. And Georgia Amor cashing in yet again.
Morrow finds the bottom of the cup.
Been adaptable, Sandy Brondello said here with Toronto as of late.
Citron, back-to-back three.
Last 5 games from 3, so great to see her back in sync from the outside after leading the league from there last year percentage-wise.
Sony had the only 4. They has Citron and threw it away.
A little too overzealous there. But Sony Citron, 8 of Washington's 19 points have come on the inside, and Dempe, especially shorthanded.
The losing skid actually started against the Mystics as Morrow cans another 3.
Well, Lauren Betts right there in a little bit of a drop coverage. If you're going to go ahead and make her earn that 3, but she's knocked in a couple of them now. So sometimes you test it and see what they're doing. I'm sure next time.
Second foul on Anissa Morrow. Reinforcements coming in for Washington. That's going to be a big advantage for the Mystics, just the depth that they tow
after losing to the Indiana Fever last night. And you know, that's always taxing, even with the charter. I mean, you still have to get here.
You don't have to tell me twice. I've never been more tired than when flying around during season.
That zone at 2-3. And rotate them.
McMahon misfired on the 3. Austin there and draws the foul.
Well, that's why she's very dominating on the offensive boards. Right there, 2 high hands. Catch it high, keep it high. And got hit on the way up. Shakira Austin is just having such a magnificent season for the Washington Mystics. Career high numbers across the board.
And this is a game that you think would favor Austin and Iriefin during this losing streak. Toronto is giving up nearly...
You're looking at Shakira Austin. I mean, she's 8th in the league, averaging 10 paint points, and that's a big reason why. Your second and third opportunities, and she puts herself in the right place.
Coming up with a steal. Pass up the transition 3. Washington will set the offense. Austin gets it.
Look at the hustle.
In and out of the hands of Laney.
Well, good job there. I mean, Flora thought better than to pull that open triple on the first catch and threw it to Shakira. Aggressiveness. I think both of those shots and both of those decisions were good ones for the Mystics.
Benaja's team has been nearly seamless. Just had her first full practice earlier this week.
Yeah, after only having shoot-arounds and walk-through, real practice, going 5s. But also, you know, when they take that break for the World Cup, Sydney Johnson told us ahead of the game, and give her more opportunities for continuity.
Swarming defense there by the Mystics, nearly forced the turnover.
Let's take a look at that last sequence. Good deflection. Cody McMahon lives flash before there. I see Cody McMahon coming their way. I thought I would have closed my eyes, honey, and put my hands up. But
Beck Benlay knocks down the 3 3-pointers.
Very active, and Sandy Brondello said that she loves what she sees from her and the anchor that she has been for them on the defensive side as well.
In fact, Benley going to get more minutes. Iriefin getting downhill through 3 defenders. Nurse reaches in there and a travel's called.
Yeah, that second side of defense came quick. Saw her as well. Came right down the crowd, the space of Kiki Iriefin, so she couldn't spin back. Now we'll see what Kiki does when she catches it. Not Kiki Rice, because she has the ball right now. Kiki Iriefin on the other side.
Floreth matched up on Nurse. Nurse shakes loose, gets the 2.
She quality veteran experience.
McMahon using her physicality. Offensive foul.
Too bad, because, you know, you love to see a decisive move right here by Cody in to the established defensive player, Kia Nurse, who was on the ground. You saw her hand pointing the other way. But
well, Sandy Brondello told us pregame that she wanted her team to match the physicality of Washington.
Well, they have. The last couple of defensive possessions, they've
off by McMahon. Tiani Key in the game. Walled up by Iriefin, still gets it to go.
Yeah, she to get it out of her hands in time.
That's going to be a foul on Benley. Mystics, that is going to be the 5th team foul on Toronto, so Washington going to try and get the lead back at the free throw line, but it's a 15-7.
Upon how Washington stays decisive on the defensive end, right? We're talking about their defensive prowess coming into this game, but Flora, when you come to the game and you don't see Mayberry on the scout because she's out, Sykes out for rest in this game, so talk to him, and he was saying that, we're not going to pick up. Our pickup points aren't going to be feet behind the line and transition a lot of times, but they're still going to play on a string, and they have to be disciplined on that side for sure.
Beckers, and he said they got their tails kicked. Harrison lost the handle, but it was last touched by the Mystics.
You have to be where you're playing, and that's so vitally important to understand, especially for this iteration of Mystics basketball.
Again, mid-range, around and out. Rebound, McMahon.
She loves that 1-2 dribble pull-up and loves to get where.
Betts begging for it. Betts taken on key and wins it.
And get out of the way. I love move. I mean, we've just seen her improve WNBA so far. It's been fun to watch her.
Under a minute to play in the opening quarter. Rice pulls the 3. We're tied at 20.
UCLA champs last year. I know Corey Close is watching.
Lainey Hamilton fouled. Washington has done a good job our opening quarter.
The player there, Sandy Brondello, very familiar with her, and a chance to coach her in New York. She said, yeah, I coach taking on a new challenge here in the district, but nothing but high regard for Benaja Lainey Hamilton from Sandy Brondello earlier tonight.
WNBA championship with the Liberty. It's about 15. Key, 3-pointer off the mark. Swatted out of bounds by Bancole.
Benaja Lainey Hamilton didn't get that rebound. She was like, that's all right, you're not going to get it. And had the most quality box out of the evening so far.
Citron off the screen. Iriafin with 5. McMahon with... didn't get it off in time. That brings the opening quarter to an end. Washington led by as many as 7, but at end before Toronto made a 15-7 run midway through to cut the deficit.
Yeah, they went to the zone and just kind of watered down, but they've been good when they've gotten the ball to the second side and the extra ball reversals.
Iriafin off glass and in. She's in games.
The fluidity of that move across the lane was a thing of beauty for...
Harrison still looking for her first points, not going to get them there. Iriafin on the ground.
The trenches, man.
Nearly a turnover. Austin. Back up top. Amor. Her third 3 of the night. Alamon. Back up top to Morrow. Can't answer with a 3. Inside out, McMahon, no. Alamon quickly up court. Alamon, deep 3-pointer from the top of the key, wedged it off to the left. Creating space into the hands of Austin.
An unmatched effort there.
Washington winning the battle of the boards 14-4 up until this point. On the deck. No, and a foul.
And I think the only reason that whistle sounded is because she left her feet. And when you leave your feet, you give up your legal guarding defensive position. 6th in the league and block shots, 1.3 blocks for Shakira. Right there, just kind of mistimed that with her body.
About the pride that she takes in her interior defense. She doesn't want to just be known as a defender in the paint.
Yeah, but that's why she's different than me, because I just want to block everything. But no, we've seen her in cross matches, nimble with it. She stays on her toes and loves the challenge of that. So I respect it. That's big time stuff. She's 6'6" the floor.
Amor out to Onyenwere from the wing, 3 down.
Here for Washington has been clicking on all cylinders from 3. And Onyenwere, a 40% valuable asset she is as a floor spacer in terms of how hard Washington attacks the cup.
Nurse getting right into the body of Georgia.
But Washington now doing a great job with their distribution against the defense. Long there before she's into her shot pocket and her mechanics with the stick arm. And you know, that's why you space the floor against the zone, and that's why you really count on the defense over helping, and that's what happened to Toronto on that play on the defensive side.
10-0 run for the Mystics. That last play was whistled as a Betts. And putting it on the floor. It traveled.
When you're lower to the floor, and that's something you have to continue to build with.
Skaita's looked for every opportunity to get down.
Good job by Georgia Amor to get skinny over top. Stay planted defensively. Nice.
Morrow up. Couldn't put it back. Amor cut off by Alm.
I thought she had Shakira on that back cut. I thought better of it.
Citron, the step through, no.
Really good patience there, and Sydney Johnson right in front of us, clapping up Shakira Austin, saying good job. Right there, you see Sony Citron off the mark, but on the glass yet again, right place, right time, is Shakira Austin on the offense.
And that's a big foul because that's 3 on Anissa Morrow.
They already have, say Slim, but Slim's not out.
Sometimes it just works like that.
I didn't mean to do it, but oh man. Brittany Sykes obviously is nicknamed Slim, especially on the inside, right? They didn't even have Sably travel with the team, so you got to go. But now people are kind of out of position with Morrow getting in foul trouble for sure.
Yeah, Uskaita is one of those players, as we've got another offensive foul, who's been out.
Yeah, Cindy Bardello said before the game, we've been so unlucky with our injury issues. As soon as we get players back, so if you will. But that builds your fortitude. That brings out the best in terms of your character.
Going to struggle to build that continuity, and on the flip side, we've seen that continuity grow and grow for the Mystics as they've continued to work through this experience.
That Cody McMahon told us that at practice. She said, we're tired of hearing them, we're young, but like we're dogs out here. We want to compete and get better every game, and they have. But she caught the ball, and I think that's what she's trying to get concise clarification on.
Inbound, Uskaita again looking to push. Crafty along the baseline.
To crowd the space, and Uskaita has been really doing damage on the inside for Toronto.
The good thing for Washington is they've done damage as well from the inside and on the interior on cue. Austin.
We love that smash action. That's what Sandy Bardello calls it. That high ball screen in the middle third of the floor.
Rice somehow came over the top of the screen.
Good job by Shakira to plug that space.
Foul on Onyenwere.
You're in drop coverage a little bit, but then off of that 2-point and disallow a straight line drive to the rim. So with her presence alone, she made a different decision.
Ariafin back on the floor for the Mystics. Already 11 points for Kiki, 3 rebounds.
Against this Toronto team in the 2 games this season. Just under 19 points and 15 rebounds. Shooting 61% in those.
7 boards for Big Red. They go into her hair. Took the hit. Still found the lane plus the foul.
Shakira Austin, Big Red going to work right here. Look at her surveying and then getting right to the money. On the baseline side, sit in. Shakira Austin, right? All defensive and definitely all league. At this point, she's not up for those awards at this point. For me, it definitely qualifies. Numbers.
Austin serving.
Big guard. Defense is on a string for the Washington Mystics. A double block, allowing anything easy by the tempo. That's a tempo control right there by Washington.
The GDI one loves an Oreo.
Hey, you know what? I like the single stuff, but I'll take a double stuff now and then.
Another rebound for Iriefin. Lead for the Mystics. Skip pass. McMahon into the lane, left it short. Rice to Yuskaita. Whipped out to the corner. 3-ball down for Bang.
By Toronto and really used Washington's defensive prowess against them on that. They just overcommitted to the basketball there in time.
Lainey Hamilton had her pocket picked. Austin tried not to get the foul. Both she and Iriefin 11 points apiece.
A good switch up top with McMahon and Citron.
Washington gets the steal. There is a whistle before Iriefin could get the shot or the pass off. Foul on Bancole, her second.
Yeah, but power that Iriefin brings to the floor is just absolutely unmatched, and she's just brilliant. When and where to use.
Citron still sitting on those 3 points. McMahon rises, can't hit the three. Rebounding, taken on Harrison, left it short. Good job by McMahon.
Really good screen coverage here with a double team and a blitz by Washington.
On the wing, 3-ball won't go. Iriefin tracks it down.
The attention to detail on defense on that possession was top tier for the Mystics.
Continuing to pad their rebounding lead. Lainey Hamilton, top of the key. That goes down tonight.
A 6-2 advantage on the O glass and an 8-2.
Betts turns the corner for 2 more.
Now that is becoming her signature move. It moves at UCLA, but it's different coverages because of who she's playing with now in the WNBA.
Why does that move work so well?
And now there's no help. You can't help off the Sony Citron on the ball side because she's going to cash in from 3. And then you can't pinch in from the top because Washington.
6 of 9 from the perimeter tonight for the Mystics. Finds McMahon slicing through the lane, crawls over the rim.
Anything I can to impact winning. And that's what she does coming off the bench. Playing with such a high level of energy. Cut like that as a rookie.
Out to Key from the corner, 3-ball no good. Iriefin another board. Betts in the short corner, back up top. Iriefin. Cut. Harrison.
Great triangle box out drill you just saw displayed in game. All 3 players checked off in a triangle there. No bite of the apple inside. Just tremendous, fundamentally sound hoops right now for the Mystics.
Under 10 seconds left in the half. Air ball. .4 seconds remain. It'll be Bancole to take it out. Alamon leaves it back for Bancole. Won't get a shot off, but what an opening.